Hello, Malcolm here, airspotters.com. Just wanted to share this book that I found, or what didn't find actually. I was given it by my brother-in-law who was clearing out a friend's house, and her father, who sadly passed away, had literally hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of books. And he gave me this book because it features every airfield in the United Kingdom, and I'd say it's probably just post-war because some of the information inside this book would not have been written had it been pre-war. Now, the first airport I look at is Gatwick, and Gatwick Airport to me is my local airport. I live literally 3 miles away from it, and where I am now, I'm literally 2 miles away from it. And this describes Gatwick as the airport that had operated from the Beehive. Now, the Beehive at the airport is still there. It's the very first terminal of Gatwick, and it's still operational now as offices, and obviously not as an airport anymore. And if you look up here, this actually says Gatwick Racecourse. Now, Gatwick had a racecourse, and people would come down to the racecourse, and the station today is here, but in those days the station was here, and people would get out the train obviously and go to the racecourse or go to the aerodrome. Now, the aerodrome, I will put a picture on this video so you can see what it looks like today. It's basically a round building. An aircraft would park around the outside of the building, therefore people would go inside and then get their flights to Rotterdam, Paris, or wherever. No long distance flights at all. But back in those days, when it opened in 1936, in fact, I've got the honour of saying, and I say honour, and my dad worked there when he was a kid. He used to go up to the airport, or to the aerodrome, I should say then, and he used to paint lacquer onto aircraft. Hawker Demons, I think he told me, were there. So it must be post-war, because, or, well, that'd be pre-war, because it's 1936 when it opened. He went to the aerodrome and he would get paid sixpence for working a weekend painting lacquer onto aircraft that have been repaired in the hangar. Now, I will turn the page over, and don't worry about trying to zoom in and read all this. I'm going to put this on a blog at airspotters.com where you can go and read this at your leisure. The landing area doesn't actually say runway, it says landing area 960 yards. The biggest runway they had was 1,300 yards. I mean, that is absolutely crazy, because these days you're talking of thousands of yards. I can't remember what Gatwick's runway is at the moment. I think it's definitely thousands of yards. I mean, you're not going to get an A380 here at this airport at this time, because it's just literally, it was grass, and aircraft used to take off in the direction that the wind was blowing, which they do to this day as well. But this was the very first airport of Gatwick. Now, if I just turn the page over, you can see here, move the book this way a little bit, you can see here that there's the Beehive there, terminal building. You've got the station next to it there, and then you up here you've got two hangars which are floodlit. It says floodlit on here, and over here you've got floodlit. So, you know, they were quite ahead of their time back in those days. And then obviously the railway line runs up here, and it says at the top here racecourse. So, you know, it's just absolutely wonderful to see a book like this to contain such accurate information. Over here it's got special signals. When the control zone regulations are in force at Croydon, a panel bearing the letter QB1 in red on an amber background is displayed. Well, that's talking about Croydon Airport. Now, this is Gatwick. So I'm not sure. I'm not an aviation nut, but if you do know, please put down below in the comments. The bit I like about this is just all the information that you get. Gatwick local regulations: departing aircraft must taxi onto the landing area along the eastern runway and must not take off until permission has been received from the control tower. You know, it's just absolutely crazy. That, well, it's not crazy, is it? It's fantastic. It's history. The normal working hours are 8 AM in the morning until sunset daily, and it's just packed full of lovely information like this. I think I read somewhere obstructions requiring special caution. Building 20 feet high on the north side. East side, telegraph poles along the railway embankment. South side, trees approximately 30 feet above the mean level of the landing area. I'll push it over again. I've gone out of focus here a little bit. Northwest, the corner of the three masts, 24 foot high, tower 40 feet above the main level of the landing area, 130 yards distance. So as a pilot back in those days, you would have to know your stuff, really. Today we have to know your stuff as well, but you got a lot more technology that helps you land safely, and is pretty well, you know, a safe bet these days. But in those days it wasn't, and you had to have your wits about you. And then you were all bad weather, they never flew. Down here it says structure 211 private lockup, steel and asbestos. Steel and asbestos, steel and asbestos. So these constructions had asbestos in them. How dangerous is that? But we learn from history, and we learn good things that come out of it. So I can guarantee that asbestos on the buildings actually have all gone now, but it just shows you exactly what life was like back in those days. Now I've got some pencils in here, and I'm just going to flick over because this is Heathrow. It actually shows Heathrow with my fingers pointing now. That's Heathrow Airport, and this is post-war, I believe, and you can see the map of Heathrow over the page, I believe. Is it? No, tell a lie. This is Heathrow. There's nothing here. There's a hangar, radio, and that's it. There is nothing like Heathrow is today. But it's interesting to me to think that this book calls it Heathrow, but when you watch a program like Life on Mars, which is set in 1973, they refer to Heathrow as London Airport and never referred to it as Heathrow. I knew it as London Airport as well back in the 1970s when I started spotting aircraft. It was known as London Airport, and Heathrow was a word I didn't use that often. But as you come up through the 70s and 80s, it's Heathrow, it's London Heathrow. And you've got a telephone number here, Feltham 2253. Telegram. It gives you Hayes, Middlesex here for the telegram for Heathrow. Did it have one on Gatwick? I can't remember. You must have one on Gatwick as well. Let's go back to Gatwick a minute. Yeah, telegram. Radiodrome's phone Crawley. Telephone Crawley 555. That's the first number of Gatwick Airport. I just find this really fascinating. If I take that pencil out there and go to the next pencil, you will see Manchester Ringway. Again, it's got telegram, it's got phone number 3211 and Gately 3232. Runways, again, just over 1,000 yards. A bit longer than Gatwick, but still not that long. And I go back over this way to here, and we've got Brooklands. Now, Brooklands is now today a museum. It was a race course, and on this map you can see the race circuit going around the outside. And Weybridge, which when I worked for Tesco's, that was a big Tesco depot, and I believe there's a big Tesco's there today. But this is where the VC-10 was built, and now a museum, and it's still used today for film locations. It was on telly the other day. It was Poirot. He was filming an episode there, albeit it was 1989. They filmed the episode there, but they went back there and filmed it. And Downtrodden Abbey, I call it, or Downton Abbey, as the wife calls it, but I calls it Downtrodden Abbey. They filmed there as well. And they're always, there's such lovely, iconic 1930s buildings there. It's a lovely place to go to. The other airport I love to go to is Shoreham, and I've not even looked for this one yet. See if it's in here. Yeah, Shoreham Airport. There you go. Shoreham Airport. And there's the building. And that would have been there back in 1930s because they filmed there as well on Poirot, etc. And lots of other films as well. That's fantastic to see. So this book will be uploaded, well, not all at once, of course, but I'm going to start off with Gatwick. If you go to airspotters.com, you will see I will photograph the pages and I will upload them to... Oh, here you go. Just found a date. I was looking for a date in this book. It's 1937, so it's actually before the war. It's a second impression, 1937, and it says third edition. Crown copyright reserved. 1937. It would cost you 15 shillings and 0 pence, or 0 pennies in those days. So 15 shillings, that's 75 pence in today's money, if I got that right. And over here, there's some lovely handwritten stuff as well. I can't decipher it because some of it's been actually rubbed away. This book has unfortunately seen better days, but it's a lovely book to have. The Air Ministry, the Air Pilot, Great Britain and Ireland. And if you know anything about this book, or you want to know about an airport within this book, please let me know, and I'll upload the information to our blog on airspotters.com. We sell model aircraft, have done so since 2005, but on this occasion I just want to share this information with you of this wonderful book that I found, and it's absolutely packed. Gravesend, Farnborough, Duxford, Doncaster, so many different airports, Cardiff. Oh, I could think of loads of airports to look up. I'm not going to do it now because unfortunately it would take too long. Redhill Airport, that was there. Prestwick, Norwich, Newquay, Manchester had more than one airport by the looks of it. Maidstone, Leicester, Land's End. Land's End, I've been to Land's End by St Just, if I remember rightly. I've been there back in the 1970s. Yeah, St Just. Telegram St Just 79 and telephone St Just 79. My goodness me, how times have changed. But thanks for watching this video. I'm going to stop talking now and just let you ponder what information you'd like me to video next or upload to our blog. But I'm quite happy to do so. Airspotters.com is the place to go if you buy model aircraft, or you just want to read our blogs. That's fine. Airspotters is also on Facebook, and the last 28 days we had 172,000 people view our page. So it's not a small anymore, it's very, very big, and we love it because we love talking about aviation and showing things that are probably not being shown so much as they should be. But this is history, this book, and I'm going to look after it and treasure it for a long time. And if I can find somebody who can repair it, although should I repair it, again, comment below. Should this book be taken away and repaired, like on the, I don't know, maybe on the repair show on television? I don't know. I think probably my heart says to me, keep this book as it is, but keep it in as good condition as you can. But there you go. There's a loose page at the back here. Yeah, I'm glad to have the opportunity to show this to you, and I hope that you will see this video soon. And airspotters.com, all the links are below in the comments where you want to go to, so there's no point searching around for the blog. There'll be a link in the blog, a link on the page as well. Croydon Airport, now goodness me, that's for another video. Croydon Airport, well, unbelievable. What a lovely book. Thanks for watching, and please like and subscribe to airspotters.com on YouTube. Bye bye for now.